that I have a problem right off the bat with on this is I hooked it up to do my duplication. And I bought this because my laptop had very little space on it. It was a 512 gig hard drive. And so I wanted to increase increase the storage space on it. And so I thought, okay, let's increase the storage space on it. And that way we'll be able to put in a 2 terabyte and it would work better. So what I did, I bought this clone duplicator thinking that that would be the best way to do this. Now, I'm kind of old school when it comes to IT, so my first thought is let's duplicate the disk. And I'll be having another video that will discuss in a little more detail why that's not such a great idea where Windows is concerned. But it is a Windows laptop. And so what I did was I proceeded to put both NVMe sticks into this unit, and I hooked it up. Now, one of the things that you can see, and this is the first problem I have, is the length of this USB cord. The length of the USB cord is so short. I don't know about you, but is there anyone out there that actually does this solely on a laptop? I don't. I do it on my desktop. And because I do it on my desktop, I need a much longer cord to hook up, right? And so the first thing they do is they put in a cord that would assume, I guess, that you were going to always do it from your laptop or do it where you were super close to it. And to that point, the same thing can be said for the power supply. It is about 3 feet long. And as usually the case with most equipment for IT, that's way too short. It's way too short. It doesn't stretch to where your power supply is. It doesn't stretch across your desk to put this on. So if I were going to use this duplicate and it was just coming from a laptop, that might be a good idea. However, because I'm also using it, I also wanted to use it to actually host into NVMe hard drive, a couple of hard drives, so that I could have those available as extra storage. And when I got it set up and started to try and clone, and I was doing it through an USB because, again, if you've ever done any disk cloning, you'll know that if you do the cloning through the automatic cloning on these clone duplicators, they will duplicate only all the partitions that are in the target are on the source into the target. And that's sometimes not the way you want your partitions. So generally, if I'm going from a 512 gig hard drive to a 2 terabyte hard drive, I want the entire 2 terabytes available to be in one partition. So I need to use a separate tool. Now, to give them their credit, Crucial does a great job with their hard drives and their memory. I got a 2 terabyte drive from NVMe M2 from Crucial and was able to download the software for doing the duplication from their site. So I was able to try it on my computer. And the thing is, I've done this against regular SSDs and against regular data hard drives. I've done that for years with the Crucial app, and it's never given me any problems until now. And the problem occurred because this Orico, and again, this is one of the big problems I had, is that this Orico clone duplicator would lose its connection. Now, I'm sure that the manufacturer will say, well, maybe it was your USB on your computer and blah, blah, blah. No. I have lots of USB devices that are hooked up constantly to the desktop computer, and there's never a problem with USB connectivity. So I used a longer cord, and I thought, well, okay, let's change it over to a shorter cord like they show here. That's one thing. But let's pretend that the cord needed to be the one they supplied, right? It still didn't stay connected, and that was a problem. So, and then the one of the bigger problems that I had, so that was the major problem, was that it wouldn't stay connected, so the clone wouldn't finish. That was the major problem. That's one reason why it's going back. And then the other reason is this, right? When I took the temperature on this this hard drive, this enclosure, I took the temperature when it was basically sitting in a unplugged state, and it was 74.3 degrees. I then plugged it into power only, and it went up to 88.9. And then now, if I turn this around and I do it, and let's see what it is now. Now it is at 96 degrees, 97 degrees, 98, 99, 102, 101. So it's going up, right? So it's steady going up. And when I had both NVMe's in this application, in this device, temperature was well in excess of 150 degrees. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't feel comfortable leaving a device like this to copy a hard drive for 12 hours at 150 degrees sitting on my desktop. Now, on a wood desk like this, might not be a problem. On a typical POSIT desktop, might not be a problem. But what about if I had set it on top of papers or something, cloth or whatever? It could have been combustible. I mean, that temperature, it could have been a combustible issue. So I feel like it's that while they may say that the temperature never goes above a certain degree, they don't say so in their documentation, by the way. But my problem is I don't buy something to have it just be used for a certain amount of time. I buy things that I use over and over and over. And I can't use something that is that hot, and frankly, that doesn't work the way I need it to. So I'm going to give a big thumbs down on this Oro M.2 NVMe SSD clone replicator. I bought this from Amazon. It's going to be going back to Amazon. I don't think that this is something that you should purchase. It's certainly not something I would purchase again, and I hope that this review of this product helps you make a good choice on something else, right? There may be other clone duplicators that do a better job of this, that don't get as hot, but I have not tried it. So thanks for watching. Please share, subscribe, and like, and come back to the channel, and we'll have more product demos.